When we talk about Cheetah, we're talking about cheating the defense. The ball is going to go opposite the call. We use a number and a code word system, depending on the week. Really ask our guys to think as far as how we'd go about communicating our plays on a week-to-week basis. But really, we like to talk about the perimeter because we need our perimeter to be as stout as possible, especially in the Cheetah game. On a 2x2 surface, we're going to ooze off, and I won't get into receiver blocking and receiver play, which I love to do. So if anybody wants to at another time, please hit me up. But in a 2x2, we're going to sort it out and block the two most dangerous. Our Cheetah backs, our guys, our ball carriers on this play know that they're trying to get outside of the block of number 2. And so we want to block the two most dangerous and then nose up to the outside swear hand. I know some guys use aiming points on jerseys, shoulder pads, things like that. We really think about the swear hand because if you were swearing in, pick that up from Coach Fleck a few years back, and it really gives us a little bit of space to still be aggressive on the perimeter, but be able to recover if we have guys to try to trigger in any direction. On a 3x1, and as you'll see in the film, a lot of our teaching comes from our number 3 guy. We asked them to pop cruise, and so we want to get a little bit of width, a little bit wider than a traditional J-step, whether you have a sniffer back wing in there, which we like to do a lot, or a down tight end, because if we have man coverage, we like to influence and get a little bit of width. But most importantly, they pop to have their eyes on the guy that we identify as the alley defender, that outside linebacker, that apex player. And those are the guys that are responsible for edge pressure for us. And so we pop cruise with our eyes to the outside, and then we're going to block most dangerous man to the inside with our eyes going up. And so if we don't get an edge pressure, we'll look for the scraping back or over the top, trying to work our way all the way up to the safety. And then when we jet, we teach that guy, hey, you're going to pop, no pressure, and then we're going to work to the next most dangerous. With our jet rules, we like to believe that we can outrun the DN and that play side backer and try to force him to make a full speed angle tackle. In a 2-man surface with the back leading out, we'll adjust to our crack rules. I'll show that up in a drawing here. Unfortunately, I'm very limited on clips, and so they weren't the greatest, but we'll try to make it work. Our base 3 plays that we run out of this is our mid zone, our power, and our counter. And as Coach Gum always asks when we talk ball, well, let me see it work. I've got a 3-play sequence for you, Gummer, here coming up, so hopefully it'll work out for us there. On a 3-man surface and an empty set here, we're going to jet this thing across the bow. Our quarterbacks are going to use a 0 footwork, the exact same footwork we'd use in some of our outside zone RPOs. So we're going to step play side, step and replace, try to stay away from using the term shuffle so we don't have quarterbacks' heels coming together in their mesh. And so we'll step, and replace, try to have our eyes on our read key in Cougar and Cheetah, cheating the defense. We know we're going to give this thing out 100% of the time. The other part of Cheetah, and excuse me for bouncing around a little bit, and what I think is most important is we ask the quarterback to cheat back. Our gun alignment is toes at 5. When we run a Cheetah play, we try to tell our quarterback we want his toes at 5.5, and if he can really cheat to 6, we'll take it. Allows our jet guy or our ball carrier not to have to belly too much. We try to stay 2 steps out of the mesh, but we don't want those guys to get a hard bow or a hard bend out of it, and so we ask the quarterback to cheat back in his mesh as well. But really, I put this together so that we can see the block. We're going to pop out here, eyes to the alley. I didn't adjust the front. I'm sorry, guys. And then he'd end up trying to cap this. And this look here will work straight up. And then really what's important on your number 1 blocks, guys, I know I said nose up to the outside square hand. Those guys have to be pretty square. If that ball goes inside of them and they're too hard leverage outside, they're never going to be able to block their guy. And so for those outside guys, I really try to tell them, hey, play your man. If it's man coverage, let's go run and jump, try to block them 12 to 15 yards down the field. If not, let's be as square up as we possibly can so that we can be aggressive and secure the block. Here's a 2-man surface with our running back here, and that changes into our crack rules. And so we get into an on alignment. Sorry if I didn't get them both on there, so we can get the Z off here a little bit and do some different things. But, hey, we'll crack in on the first backer or the alley. We'll crack up the safety, and then we'll have our running back lead out on the corner. I know plenty of you guys have done some things like this, and so it's not too much different. The only thing in our Cougar is now we're going to read the end man on the line of scrimmage, and it's a whole heck of a lot easier to show you on clips. We're going to leave this guy unblocked more times than not in our Cheetah and Cougar series. Cheetah, automatic give. Cougar, we're going to go ahead and read them. Everything else stays the same for everybody on the perimeter as well as the ball carrier. And so it makes it pretty simple for us and allows us to get our quarterback involved in the run game as well. And then we talk about our Cheetah, our Cougar backs pass. No tempo. We run them running full speed, whether it's from the backfield or it's in the jet motion. Belly 2 steps immediately after the mesh, pressure angle, looking to get vertical off the block of number 2. And then don't be pretty. No reason to try to cut back. We want to race the edge. We want to threaten the outside. And we want those guys moving full speed as fast as possible. And so I'll stop that share here to try to jump into some clips. All right, perfect. So again, it started with us just trying to find a way to attack the edge. Again, so much RPO. We're running A and B gap and reading guys in here and reading in men on the line of scrimmage. We weren't really threatening guys to the edge. And so we came up with the Cheetah play here. So 16's our mid zone to the right, and we're going to send all 5 of our offensive linemen, and if our tight end happened to be front side on a 2-man surface, he would be a part of the run blocking scheme. Now, schematically, I'd like to tell you that, hey, we tell our tackle to step down a little bit, make sure nothing comes quick, and then work up to the mic. That never happens, or at least I haven't. We had one tackle athletic enough to do it when we was at point. That was Ryan Ramchek. So it is what it is. I haven't had a guy to do it yet. That's why we pop Cruz with number 3 to make sure that we can try to help out with that scraping back or over the top. Now, this isn't going to be a pretty play, but you get the gist of it. We get the pop Cruz there. We get a little bit of influence by our tight end. He does a great job getting to that outside shoulder, outside square hand. And we had 2 receivers that were in a great position to give us what we wanted. Unfortunately, both of them got countered inside, and we lost our leverage, and so this thing gets strung out. But I think that you guys can see how it starts to come together if we have our nose on our aiming points and we stay calm out there and secure these blocks. We're getting out on the edge, and the quarterback's doing a great job securing that fake up the middle there. Get a quick end zone look here. I told you we'd be nice. Now, when we do get a DN that wants to cross the face, we tell our tackle to Momo that thing and wash it down, and we'll go ahead and try to race on that backer. Now we have a 3-man surface, tight ends to the front side, so we're asking our 3 receivers to do it. Got a walk-up man, so he's going to have to fight. And now we're off and running. Our free hitter should come from the top safety. All right, we got a damn quarterback out there playing receiver. It was a rough deal, but allowing some speed to get out there and help us out and get our guy out there on the edge.